Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reading vlog and I decided to let two of my best friends pick from our TBR. So I'll start with the one Lauren picked. She has a YouTube channel. I'll link her down below. Please check her out. I love her and I love her content. I love her videos. Please check her out. Give her a little subscribe. You won't regret it. But she chose The Whisper Man. She's wanted me to read this for absolutely ages, so I cannot wait to see if I like it as much as she did. I'm using this bookmark, Autumn Leaves and Creepy Reads. Very fitting, I believe. Yeah, she said this one gave her like the spookies, the chills, all of that. So I really want this to do the same for me. It sounds really, really good and I'm really excited to get into it. So with that, let's get right on to reading. Okay, so I just read the prologue, chapter 1 and chapter 2, and I really like it so far. The chapters are quite short, which I really, really like. I don't like those chapters that go on for, ages and ages, so the short chapters are really, really good for me. I like it already. It's very like, because obviously not the prologue, sorry, chapter 1, where it's clearly, I'm assuming, is the Whisper Man point of view. I really liked that. And then it goes on to trying to find the kid that the Whisper Man took, Neil. So I really like how it's been laid out so far, the start of it. I'm curious to see when the names Tom and Jake come into it. So that's going to be really interesting. But yeah, I do really, really like it so far already. I love thrillers anyway, and already this gives me like really good thriller vibes, and we'll see if it gives me the creeps. Lauren is banking on it. She really thinks it's going to give me the creeps, but we will see. But yeah, I really like it so far. The chapters are short, it's gripping me already, it's not dragging. It's honestly everything I look for in a thriller, and I'm only about to start chapter 3, so perfect. So the little girl that Jake was talking to doesn't exist, or at least the dad can't see her, so that's strange. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting her just to not be real. Is she a figment of his imagination? Can only he see her? Is she a ghost? Does she only appear to him? So many questions. So I just stopped at part 2, and again I'm still really liking it. It seems like they did catch the Whisper Man, and he's obviously now in jail or prison or whatever, but obviously there's been another abduction. So I'm thinking, well, they say there's an accomplice, but I'm thinking it could be that, or it could be a copycat killer. So I'm wondering who that is. Maybe he did have an accomplice and this person's continuing it, but why wait all those years and then suddenly strike now? So that's why I think it's going to be a copycat killer, not an accomplice. Because why would they change? Why would they do nothing for like all those years and then suddenly do it, you know? So I think it's a copycat rather than an accomplice, but we will see. Taking a quick break to eat some mini jam donuts, so I'll eat these and I'll get back to reading. So I decided to stop at chapter 20. I'm really liking it so far. It's not creepy yet. At least it's not creepy to me. But it's still really, really good. This is Simba, by the way. Hey, you Simba. Yeah, this is my Simba. Anyway, I do really like it. I can tell that it's supposed to be creepy, but I'm just not finding it creepy. It is a bit like, oh, okay. I don't really know how to explain it without spoiling it, but... Okay, it gives creepy vibes, but it's not creepy. Not yet, anyway. But it's still really good, obviously. I haven't got much left. I think for the app I'm using, it's estimated I've got about 5 hours left to read. So that is really exciting. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. So, yeah, I will see you again tomorrow when I probably finish this book. Good morning. I am ready to continue reading The Whisper Man. I'm excited to see it's starting to get creepy. I have been told by Lauren that it gets creepy further into the book, whereas I'm only on chapter 20, I think I stopped at. Yeah, so I've got a bit to go until it gets creepy, but I am excited, so let's get on to reading. So I just read chapter 20, and it was the new Whisper Man's point of view, the one who stole Neil, and I still think it's a copycat killer. I'm still going with that in my head, and I think the new Whisper Man is the one who tried to get into Tom's garage, the one that was rattling the lock. I think that is the Whisper Man. I think it's the old tenant as well, because he hesitated when Tom said his name, or the old tenant's name. So I think he is the old tenant, and the Whisper Man, but we will see. This is my prediction, so I'm hoping I'm correct. It's really early on, so I'm hoping I'm correct, but at the same time I don't, because then that's too predictable, but we will see. I just read chapter 31 and I was not expecting that. I don't want to say because it will spoil it, but oh my god, I was not expecting that at all. That is a really good little plot twist. Like, oh my god, that's incredible. If you read the book, you probably know what I mean. I don't know how to say it without spoiling. Let's just say Pete. If I know who Pete is to another character. Yeah. Oh my god. That was an amazing plot twist. I was not expecting that at all, ever. That's incredible. So it seems that I was wrong about who the Whisper Man is. It's not the person who was at the garage, Norman Collins. It's not him, because we just got another chapter of the Whisper Man and he was like, I don't know who Norman Collins is. So either that's to throw you off and it actually is Norman Collins, but he should still be arrested. So I think it's someone completely different. I have not figured out who it is. If it's not Norman, then I'm just back to square one now, which I really like. I'm glad it wasn't predictable, but I'm very excited to carry on reading. It still isn't creepy yet. I'm at chapter 38, still waiting for the creeps. I hope I do get them, because I've heard from a few people that it's creepy, but I just haven't had that yet, so we will see. So I've stopped at chapter 50 to take a quick break. I just thought I'd update. I think they figured out who the killer is. It is a copycat. I'm not going to say who it is, obviously, but they know. And, well, I think they know. But it seems pretty obvious that it is that person. And I can't really say about spoiling anything. I thought about it and there's literally no way I can think of to word it to try to tell you what part I'm at currently. Let's just say they know who the copycat is. They've drove into the person's house to investigate and talk to this person. And the chapter ended on a, not a cliffhanger, because obviously there's more to the book, but the chapter ended on a bit like a what's going to happen, and the next chapter is something that's happening at the same time in a different place. So a little bit of cliffhanger, sort of, you know what I mean? So if you've read the book and you know roughly what happens up till chapter 50, you know where I am. I'm still not getting any creepy feelings. I know that it's supposed to be creepy. I know that it's supposed to give you the creeps, but it just isn't. I don't know why. Like, I know it is supposed to be creepy. I know it has given people the creeps. But me, I don't feel the creeps at all. Maybe it's because, like, I don't really connect with books in that way. Like, in the way that I have chills or creeps when I read thrillers or psychological thrillers or anything like that. I have physical reactions like gasping and like sitting up in shock and all that, but I don't have the creepy feeling of like being really eerie and like, oh god, that's you know, I don't feel that with thrillers. So I don't know if it just hasn't gotten up to the creepy bit yet, or it has and I just don't feel creeped out. Please let me know when you were creeped out in this book. Like, roughly, if you can remember what chapter you got to when you started feeling like, oh god, like, oh, you know, because maybe I'm just weird, because I have not had the creeps at all. So either I'm weird or I haven't got up to it yet. But let's continue reading and we will see. Okay, so I am back and I have put on my hoodie because I am absolutely freezing. So, you know, all the cozy, comfy vibes. I'm very excited to finish this. I think I will finish this in the next few hours. So, yeah. I love this hoodie so much. Sylveon is actually my favourite Pokemon. Nice and cozy warm now. But, yeah. Let's get on to reading. So I just finished The Whisper Man and I did really like it. I didn't find it creepy whatsoever. I knew in certain places it was supposed to be creepy and it had that vibe, but I wasn't creeped out, if you know what I mean. It was still good. I just didn't find it as creepy as people led me to believe. So either I'm weird or I just have to have more in a book to be creeped out by. So I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Lauren what parts she found creepy to see if those are the same parts I knew there was a vibe for, but I just didn't find creepy. I just don't get that kind of sensation with books. I don't know why. I just don't find them creepy. So, yeah. Maybe I'm just weird. Okay, so onto my review. I will be reading out my written one as I struggle with putting into words my review as opposed to writing it down. So it'll be a lot easier for me to just read my review out. And that way I can get all my words out without forgetting anything or struggling to word things, basically. So let's start, shall we? This was a gripping thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. The story follows a father and son, Tom and Jake, who move into a new town for a fresh start after a tragic loss. But as we all know in thriller books, life isn't going to be as lovely and peaceful as they hope. I did really enjoy this book. I liked trying to figure out who the Whisper Man was, and I loved that it was unpredictable. I also liked the few plot twists that are in the book, ones I wasn't expecting at all. Like, at all. So far away from what I ever would have expected, basically. I'm so happy with that. While I did like the characters, none were my favourite. I did like how in-depth they were, though. For example, Tom is portrayed with raw emotion as he grapples with his grief and the challenges of looking after his young son who is also grieving. Their relationship is beautifully written, showing the complexities of parenting in the face of tragedy. I like the detective as well. Him working on the case of the Whisper Man adds another layer of intrigue, intertwining the past and present that will keep you gripped. The pacing was really good too. It wasn't too slow and the chapters were short, which I loved. I love short chapters. Long ones, kind of, I can still read them, but sometimes it just like takes me a bit to read them because, I don't know, long chapters feel like they drag on a little bit, you know? So short chapters are really, really good for me. It didn't drag on anywhere and everything was evenly paced and perfectly done. It leaves you trying to figure things out, getting in some places and being physically shocked at revelations. Now, the reason this book wasn't a full 5-star rating because it was a 4-star. It wasn't a full 5-star because I had people tell me it would be creepy and it just wasn't. Like, maybe it is creepy to them, I fully believe that. But to me, it just wasn't. Like, I could tell there were points that were supposed to be. I could tell there was points where some people would be like, oh god, that's creepy. But I just didn't feel it. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I didn't get that creepy feeling. And I don't know if there's just something wrong with me, or if I need something more darker to like really scare me, really give me the creeps. So maybe I just need a good thriller book that will really like put me in that zone where I'm creeped out. So if you have any recs of, I think it has to be really, really dark, twisty thrillers, like those really dark ones. Give me some really dark, twisty thriller recs, and maybe I will be creeped out by them. And that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I post, and I'll see you in the next video.